Chris, give us an update on what's been going on in Boston today.
Well, we had a flurry of developments today and then some frustration and waiting for more news. As you know, there was a bunch of announcements regarding possible suspects identified on some video that's been acquired and looked over by the police. We had a number of reports suggesting that there would be suspects brought to the federal courthouse in Boston. And I've been at the courthouse for quite a while this afternoon. There was an enormous crowd here earlier. I can tell you it was quite a chaotic scene. A lot of police, a lot of security, followed in a surprise by an evacuation of the building. They had what they called a red alert, evacuated all the employees, pushed the media back. And since then, there has really been no news at all. No suspects brought here, and now they're saying no arrest today.
Chris, I want to bring into the conversation Tim Green. Tim, based on the information that you've been able to assemble from news and your other sources, what do you tell us about the nature of the investigation currently?
I think they've got a pretty good suspect in mind right now. Whether he's in custody or not, I'm not sure. But they have someone they are looking for. And I think they'll find him pretty quick. Like we talked about yesterday with human intelligence, someone's going to see this person and say, here he is.
Is that what's going to break the case, or is it a combination of that plus the video that was apparently found from the department store in Boston?
I think the video is going to be a very big part of it, but the evidence is going to have to tie in with that.
How long do they have in order to bring a person forward as a suspect, or is there no length of time?
It depends on whether he's arrested or in custody. It's going to be brought down to whether he's going to be Mirandized. The biggest thing is they don't want after effects of this. They don't want other people to be doing things. They don't want this to be part of a cell, anything like that. So if he is in custody, they're going to try to make sure that he acted alone, or if they can find out who his co-conspirators are, and maybe why he did it.
Do you have, based on any of the information you've been able to assemble, do you have any idea whether this would be an international threat or a domestic situation?
Everything that I've heard of, besides the bomb itself, has been geared toward a domestic incident.
The bomb itself, we were shown some fragments of a pressure cooker. Is it certain that this is what was part of the bomb?
Definitely the first bomb. The second bomb was so destroyed that they cannot tell whether that was a pressure cooker, but it was a metal device.
Chris Condon, what have you heard from the Boston Police Department as to the amount of information that they're giving out and what they'd like the public to do?
Well, as yesterday, the big theme was that they were appealing for any evidence, any photographic, video evidence that anybody who was near the blast site might have. They were giving out a hotline, chance for people to contact the police. They're really looking, not giving out information, but rather looking to collect information from the general public. And then today we had a lot of mixed messages. We had reports of an arrest, and then the Boston police, along with other authorities, said that there were, in fact, no arrests. There was a law enforcement briefing scheduled for 5 o'clock in Boston, but that, I heard most recently, has been postponed or canceled. No word on when it's been rescheduled.
Tim, the Federal Bureau of Investigation has, what, maybe about 36,000 employees, people that are dedicated?
No, not quite that many. There's only 11,000 FBI
agents. Yeah, but then the support staff.
15 to 20,000, yes, sir.
What is the scale of the investigation in Boston? How many people are involved, and what kind of resources are being brought to bear?
Basically, the whole office is working on this case up there, and they're getting reinforcements from the other offices around, plus Washington, D.C.
Now, we've also heard today that there were letters sent to various officials in Washington, the president, and also to Senator Wicker of Mississippi. What can you tell us about an investigation of a biochemical threat such as ricin?
Ricin was detected on the letters. It is a very common antidote at this point, or actually there is no antidote towards it. Very easily made. Unfortunately, or fortunately, that once it's made, it's very tough to transport. So the people who are doing this have some training, or they would kill themselves.
The people that actually made such a letter?
Yes, sir.
And what about the process of identifying not only the substance, but where it comes from?
The signature of ricin can be very different depending on where it is made, the intensity, the amount, and so forth. Getting through the Postal Service, it's not going to be handled by too many people. Most of it is automated at this point. It will go through machines that it could contaminate. It's not going to get anywhere near Capitol Hill or the White House. Those facilities have separate mail facilities. Every letter is inspected for biochemical materials. And then even if it did get through, it's not going to get anywhere near the president.
Do public officials routinely receive these kinds of letters, whether they have something that is serious or something that is not serious?
Yes, an awful lot of these things with different types of substances, trying to scare people that it's not ricin. Maybe it's blood that might be HIV infected. You name it, they've done it.